Pain in Our Head podcast contains themes of coarse language, adult themes, and the discussion of mental health themes. Some content may be emotionally challenging. If you or someone you know is at risk, please visit the description for mental health and suicide prevention contacts. Enjoy the show. What's going on, everyone?
Howdy, what's going on?
Welcome to this week's episode of the Pain in Our Head podcast. This is part 2 of our two-part episode. I don't know. Two-part episode. We started No Security for Insecurities last week, part 1. We're going to bring you part 2 this week. So, yeah, what's happened this week, Christian? Anything exciting happened this week?
Oh, yes.
About the music world.
Technically, it's like last week.
Technically, it is, last week.
Yeah, because we were meant to be recording on Sunday, but we ran out of time, so...
Yeah, we're a few days late.
So technically, last week had a lot going on. I got new glasses.
You do get new glasses. That look good.
Thank you. I like them a lot.
Are you used to wearing them?
Yeah, fucking... I put them on. As soon as I got on, I put them on. I was just like, oh, fuck, I can see.
It's amazing.
So, that was nice. Good. Thank you. And then I had to put my dog down on Monday. So
yeah,
it was a big week.
Is that a week ago already? Yeah, wow. That's flown by. Terrible thing to do.
Yeah, old dog, heart was failing, so it is what it is. It was a very sad moment for all of us. Miss my big boy, but it's part of owning a dog, and one day they got to go on, so yeah, that is what it is.
That's it, yeah, unfortunately they can't stick around forever.
I'd kill a lot of people in exchange for letting a dog live forever.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, it's not even a fucking doubt. If someone came up to me like, look, I can make Rolo be healthy and happy and live forever with you until you die, you got to go kill 10 people. I would just knife the closest 10 people. Like,
without question.
Without question. Because dogs are better than people.
Yep. I'd say 99.9% of all people would agree with you there.
So if you're not a dog person, you're not a person.
I'm a very dog person. Yeah.
I don't trust people that aren't dog people. Like, if you don't like dogs...
I think the only people that I've come across that have said that they're not dog people or they don't like dogs is because they've had a bad experience when they were younger, got bitten by, like, I don't know, a dog and just never got away from that, which is understandable. So, but they're the kind of...
Is it, though?
Yeah, I think so. When you think about it.
Is it?
I mean...
I could say the same thing. I could be like, I got hit by a Holden car, so I hate Holdens.
I think it's a little different. You can get hit by any car.
You can get attacked by any animal.
You can. You absolutely can. And I would, if it was any animal and I got attacked by one, I wouldn't be able to like that animal, I don't think.
I got attacked by magpies a lot growing up, and I hate all birds.
Everyone hates magpies.
Magpies are fucked. Magpies. If you're not an Australian, then you don't get it.
You wouldn't know. Magpies are like...
Suicide bombers.
Yeah, you can't compare them to any other bird.
Suicide bombers of the animal kingdom.
Pains in the ass. You're just strolling
Relentless
along, going for
pricks.
a perfectly nice walk on a perfect day, minding your own business, and this magpie it decides to come down and stick its beak in the top of your head. And
make a fuck ton of noise and flap its wings in your ears. It's a terrifying experience.
That is a terrifying experience. Just when the beak clicks or because it snaps and that's a weird sound. It's a scary sound.
Yeah, I used to think it was hilarious watching people get swooped by magpies until I got swooped for the first time. And it was fucking terrible. I vividly remember it. I was at the beach. So back in Bundy, there's this place called Moore Park Beach, and we'd go there regularly. And we were there with another family, and we were going. We'd been down on the beach, and we're going back to the picnic area. And I said to one of the other kids, I was like, "I'll race you back to the picnic area."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like 6 years older than this kid, so I was going to smash him hands down. And so I did. I took off and just was like, yeah, look at me go. I'm fucking amazing. And this magpie just came out of nowhere and just swooped the shit. I freaked out. I was laying on the ground, hands over my head, just screaming. And no.
Yep. So there you go.
It passed the word on to all of its friends too, because from then on, they just relentlessly swoop the shit out of me, and I just cry every time.
We've got signs that go up in Australia.
Magpie season.
Yeah. We've got fully fledged signs that go up on lampposts.
Yeah.
Things like that. When you're walking through different park areas, there will be a big sign saying magpies swoop here. And I'd say a lot of people decide not to walk through there if they see that sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to fucking fight back.
No.
They're protected.
They are very much protected.
Bullshit.
What are they?
Not going to stop me. If I get swooped as an adult, you better believe I'm fucking squaring up. It's go time. Let's go.
Well, yeah, you turn around and, fight for your life. Fight or flight. And you can't fly.
You've triggered my flight or fight response, and I'm a flightless bird.
Good luck catching one.
Good luck to it if I catch it.
Oh, yeah. I've had good experiences with some magpies.
But how do you have a good experience with a magpie?
Yeah, you having a picnic or something? Have you ever had any of them come up and take some food from you?
No.
Really? I've had them eat it out of my hand.
That's had a good experience. So why do you want to share food with a magpie?
It wasn't swooping me. It wasn't trying to kill me. I made friends with it.
I was going to compare it to hand feeding a shark, but that'd be fucking cool.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. That'd be a good experience. Cool. If a shark came up and was like, yeah, I'll take food from your hand and not fucking maul you. That'd be sick.
Take your hand while I'm at it. Yeah. I've saved a crow once. What do you think about crows? What about crows? They can't just leave you alone.
Crows are fine, yeah.
So they get into your bins.
Yeah.
They love getting
into your bins. We had a guy that used to work on the farm with us, and his name was Russell, so we called him Russell Crowe.
Yeah, right.
Because he sounded like a fucking crow. He had the most bogan, drawling voice. Having a conversation with him was the slowest experience of your fucking day. And when he laughed, he sounded like a crow. And we were sitting there at lunch one day, and this crow was going off its ringer in the trees. And I was like, shut the fuck up, Russell. I was like, wait a minute, that's an actual crow. And I was like, Russell Crowe. And then, yeah, it stuck.
It stuck. He's probably very insecure about it.
No. No. He's the sort of guy that just does not give two fucks.
Yeah, right. We saved one once when we were kids. One got stuck.
Russell Crowe.
Not Russell Crowe. A crow. A singular crow. Got stuck.
Another family member.
Got stuck in our electrical box.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know how it did. But
pretty impressive.
Yeah. Stuck in there. Had a broken wing, I think. Anyway, we saved it. I think we took it to the vet or something. They couldn't really do anything, and I think they ended up just letting it go. And I don't know what happened, but yeah. Anyway,
yeah, cool.
Anyway, yeah, cool. Stay away from magpies.
Yeah, fuck magpies.
If you don't learn anything from what we say today, just know that stay away from magpies. If you're coming to Australia, stay away from magpies. And stay away from Russell Crowe.
Yeah, fucking stay away from that prick too. And that's, I want to say too, like, this isn't a drop bear situation. Like, this is a legitimate thing. Like,
yeah.
Magpies are fucking real, and they're fucking horrible.
Yeah. How crazy is that though? Well, with our animals, and how scary some other cultures or nationalities think they are.
Yeah, I guess it's like, all the snakes we've got, spiders.
Well, they're all pretty fucking scary. I once had an American ask me if I have a pet kangaroo. Like, do you keep a kangaroo in your backyard? It was like the first question they asked me, and I was like, yeah, of course I do.
Of course I fucking do. You don't? How else do you get to school?
Yeah, I ride Skippy to school every day. Yeah, Sydney's pouch. Her pouch. Its pouch. I don't know. Who knows?
Not with that fucking big head, you're not.
Shit. Anyway, enough about Australian animals. Let's crack into...
Wait, actually.
Yeah, go on.
Did you see that they've discovered some new fossils?
No, I haven't. I didn't see that. Whereabouts?
Yeah. I want to say Lightning Ridge.
Yeah.
Which is where they found a lot of fossils previously. I was kind of like half listening on the news, but yeah, it looks like an early version of like a platypus and an echidna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Platypus and an echidna. It'd probably be a lot bigger than what the platypuses and echidnas are.
Yeah, not huge, but I think they were like double the size.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Also Australian animals. Look them up.
Platypus.
Yeah.
Platypuses are real.
Platypuses are real. I haven't seen many. You don't see them you've got to go to the right.
A fair few.
Yeah, you got to go right.
You've got to go hiking.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's where they would be. Yep. Up there.
Caleb's like, fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit. It's up a hill and I've got to walk. No thanks. Anyway. Cool.
Fuck. Hiking's fun.
I'll take it. Yeah, I bet it is. I'll take your word for it.
I'll take you hiking.
Take me hiking, will you?
Yeah.
Will you carry me around like the kangaroo would?
I'll put you on my back. I'll carry like a koala.
Like a cool. What'd you say?
Koala.
Say again.
What? Koala.
There we go.
What did I say?
I swear it sounded like you said koala.
Koala.
Yeah, koala.
Koala.
Yeah, koala.
Koala.
If you say it really fast, like koala. Koala.
Why does it sound so weird now? What are you doing to me?
You have to send it. If you put on a really Australian accent, that's how we get the correct pronunciation. Yeah, koala.
You're a flaming galah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Anyway,
all right, enough about animals.
Insecurities.
Yeah. Last week we talked about
relationship insecurities.
Yeah, relationship insecurities. Last week we talked about insecurities with professional insecurities, work insecurities, personal insecurities. We talked about a few different ones of those. So yeah, we wanted to carry on with relationship insecurities. What is that? What are relationship insecurities?
I already made this joke last week. I was going to be like, I don't know. I don't have insecurities. I was like, I freaking already cracked that joke, didn't I? relationship insecurities is exactly what it sounds like. Insecurities that you bring into your relationship, which can negatively affect how your relationship works. If you bring in your own insecurities, you tend to perceive things differently to how they were intended, and just kind of, generally causes trouble within your relationship if you're insecure about certain things, like thinking you're not good enough for the person you're in a relationship with, not having the level of trust that you should. You may have been cheated on previously, so now you're insecure about being cheated on. Just things like that. Like, it just, all of it brings your relationship down a little bit. It's not fair on the other person either. Like,
no.
Everyone does it. Like, everyone does it.
I think everyone has some sort of insecurity when it comes to relationships, especially if you've been it goes both ways. If you've been in relationships before, you're going to have some insecurities there because of maybe what happened in the last ones, and you have that fear of it happening again, abandonment fear if it kind of went badly in that regard. But the other way too, like if it's kind of your first kind of relationship, probably more of those other insecurities like that you mentioned before, like, are you going to be good enough for that person? Are they going to not like you one day, wake up one day and not like you? That kind of thing. So
it fucking happens.
It fucking does happen. Yeah. Do
you have any insecurities that you're aware of, Caleb?
Relationship-wise? No. No.
Don't you fucking lie to me.
No, I don't think I have. Well, I mean, none that I can think of the top of my head. I wouldn't say I've got, any specific relationship insecurities. We talked about this last week. My main insecurities always revolve around professional and workplace and personal ones. Yeah.
Do I have any insecurities in regards to relationships, Caleb?
Do you?
No.
Didn't think so.
Because I'm better than everyone.
You talked about this last week. Oh, it's good. It's good that you're feeling like that. Feeling like that today. You're on top of the world.
Yeah. Well, like you've kind of been there with me through my marriage dissolving, and then the next relationship epically dissolving, and then the next situationship dissolving. So, as you can imagine, I guess those three experiences for me have made it quite challenging not to have insecurities in regards to relationships.
Yeah, okay, yes. I can imagine they would have.
It's very hard to be like, no, this person's not that person, and just because that person did that doesn't mean this person will do this.
Yeah. It's the hardest thing to come to terms with, isn't it? To realise that it's not the same situation, doesn't have to be the same situation, but it'll take some time to get past that.
Heal.
Yeah, heal. That's right. You need healing time. So, yeah. With relationship insecurities too. Now, if we're strictly speaking about, because, you asked me before, do you have any relationship insecurities? Well, it really depends on what type. So when you think about relationship doesn't just have to be partner or, someone that you're with. Relationship insecurities can be friends. Oops. It can be family. You kind of now thinking about like, oh shit, there's a lot more that I probably have.
Oh, mate. Look, I'll be straight up. Like, my family listens to the podcast, and I'm just not fucking opening that can of worms.
I don't think my family listens to the podcast. I can use some examples there, but yeah, but
shout out grandma and granddad, like dad, mum.
yeah,
Hi guys.
yeah. Thanks for listening to the podcast.
Shout out to grandma's YouTube comment.
Still the best comment we've received on YouTube. The best. Yeah, so you got those sort of insecurities as well. My relationship insecurities of past took a long time, definitely over them or past them now, but it's hard. It's hard to say call it a relationship insecurity. I guess my worst experiences has been like moving in with people. So I have a lot of insecurities around, moving into a house with people, like partners and things like that, or have in the past.
Would you move in with me if I asked you to?
No.
What?
Yeah. That's just because I'm so insecure about it.
Fuck you.
Yeah. So there's just so many different types of insecurities regarding relationships, and those are the sort of things that they can affect too. There's sort of consequences that can come with that. So we talk about consequences of some insecurities.
Yeah, I feel insecure.
That's a consequence. It's a consequence. Not being able to move in with people. Not being able to commit to relationships. Those sort of things. They're consequences.
Yeah, I got the opposite problem to that. Like, I overcommit to relationships. It's all my love. Take it.
Swallow it.
I didn't say shit. You said it. And then laughed at it.
I didn't. No, I just
grow up, Caleb.
Anyway, so moving on. Consequences of insecurities. What consequences then are we facing with all of these sort of insecurities in the workplace? I keep saying workplaces. It's professional. It doesn't have to be within a workplace. It's professional insecurities, personal insecurities. Yeah.
Fuck if I know.
Well, I think I said last week I was going to talk about my insecurities that I had with the podcast.
Yeah, you did too. So I had to find the resource that we were using to get to the whole point of what consequences are there of insecurities. I think I brought up some of the consequences of insecurities in regards to relationships.
Yes, you did.
I think we probably touched on it with personal we definitely touched on it in professional.
Yes.
Insecurities.
Yeah.
We did speak of the consequences there.
We did. Yeah. So like pride in your work, those sort of things. But yeah, it took some overcoming with the podcast. I have massive insecurity around it. I was ready to not release it. I think I had this conversation with you too early on. Yeah. It took a lot to get around that. So, and that's a combination of lots of different things, from the personal and from the professional insecurities. There's a lot of personal insecurities that would overlap with the professional, and I think there's a lot of insecurities that overlap between all three.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think as well, if you've got some insecurities in one of those areas, it can affect some of those other areas, which then can give you some insecurities. If you've got some insecurities in a relationship, that might be showing at work. Performance may go down, and then you're going to start having some insecurities around, work performance or professionalism, and that'll then push even further onto your personal insecurities. Yeah, so what are we going to do? What are we going to do about all these insecurities? What are you going to do about them all?
Deal with it.
Yeah, be a man.
Be a man. Ignore it. For those of you that don't get the reference, there's a TikTok page, and it's just multiple videos of different situations, and the guy finishes off with "be a man." Like, hate your job, do nothing about it, and complain for the rest of your life. Be a man. like that sort of like stereotypical, like be a man.
Very problematic.
Yeah,
very
but
problematic.
Funny.
But there is a funny side to it. But yeah, it's very
like
problematic.
Somewhat relatable. Like you can almost you're like know somebody who's like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had a bad back for the last couple of weeks. Like, what have you done about it? Nothing. it's like, oh, you hurt your back. Just piss and moan about it and do nothing. Be a man.
Quite funny. I get a good kick out of those.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
What
were we doing?
How
to overcome insecurities.
How are we going to overcome all these insecurities?
Yeah, you could try confronting your feelings and figuring out why you're insecure about certain things.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I guess like part of that too, though, is actually being able to recognize your insecurities.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that is actually brought up in. No, it isn't. It's not brought up at all.
No. So, yeah, 100%. You may not even know what exactly they are.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, you may, so just using the whole like trust thing and relationships, like you may think yourself protective of yourself. You're like, oh, I'm just very guarded. I don't trust easily. So, or potentially you're insecure about trust and you don't want to be hurt, and it's actually an insecurity more than a positive thing.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with being like, looking out for yourself and being cautious. But, it does tend to go to extremes in a lot of situations. And, you find these people that just refuse to open up. And it's like, oh, no, I can't do that. And it's like, well, that's an insecurity now.
Yeah. Yeah, so what does it look like then? Like, as you said, it's kind of about that, maybe not opening up as much. That's probably a big one. Yeah.
It depends what you're using as an example, really, doesn't it? Like what it actually is going to look like in a practical situation.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're using a professional insecurity, for example, and you felt insecure about starting a new job, you weren't sure if you're going to be any good at it, if you're going to be qualified for it, that might start to show itself in your performance on your first day.
Yeah.
You might be holding yourself back from engaging in conversations with people. You might not ask as many questions in regards to what your role is or anything like that. You might be withdrawn on your first week even, like, and that's insecurity. Like, you
may not be sleeping well because you're thinking about it.
Yep.
We've spoken about that, hey, in our sleep episode. How you sit up at night and think about all those lovely things that bounce in between your ears.
I've been sleeping pretty well since we did that episode. Like,
yeah.
I stopped doom scrolling.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of that anymore. It helps.
It is.
Yep.
It is. Does.
Yeah, I got a really good sleep last night. For the first time in a long time, I didn't turn on the TV to fall asleep.
Who turns on the TV?
We've had this conversation. Yeah,
no, we have not.
We have, yeah.
Bullshit. Yeah. Did I pick on you for it?
No, you didn't. I think you just went over the top of your head.
We didn't have it.
We definitely had it.
No.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it would have been in the sleep episode too.
What about ceiling fans?
Now, see, we've had this conversation because I picked on you about the whole noise of the fan. That just
I do remember
baffles me. Weirdo.
Anyway, we're not going into it.
No. Let's not go into it.
Wrong, as always.
Prepare yourself. There's so many, but I like this one. Prepare yourself for setbacks.
Yep.
Yeah, just don't expect to fail, but don't. What's the word I'm looking for? Don't avoid it. Like, failing is inevitable. So you're not always going to get it right, but it's not the failing that's the problem. It's
not failing.
It's the bouncing back. Well, it's not.
We're not calling it failing. Failing's such a negative word. It's a setback.
It is. It's a setback. But it's how you deal with that setback. It's not, use it as a stepping stone. It's just another stepping stone to learn from. So, if you maybe don't hit the mark, fail.
I hate that word.
I know, that's why I'm going to keep using it. Oh, it's terrible, but we use it though. It's problematic. Like, we use it in schools. You fail an assessment. You fail an assessment. There's our insecurities get driven into us at an early age. I think because of that as well. But anyway, I'm going a little bit off topic. But yes, so just prepare for setbacks. They're not setbacks. Well, they are setbacks, but that's all they are. Just setbacks. 2 steps backward, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Whatever the saying is.
1 step forward, 2 steps backwards.
No, that doesn't work because you'd always.
But that is how you.
But you'd be moving further back. Yeah. It's got to be 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
No, well, it's normally used in a negative light. So it's right. Like, how are you going? It's like, it just feels like I'm, 1 step forward and 2 steps back.
Yeah, okay.
That's generally how you would use that statement.
Well, we want to use speech. Yeah, okay. We'll use that in a positive light and tell yourself that it's 2 steps forward, 1 steps back. 1 step back. Step back. Next.
Birds of a feather.
Yeah. Step back. Listen to other people's stories about overcoming insecurities. Did we talk about this last week? I think we mentioned this last week. We did. I don't know. Listen to the podcast. Listen to other podcasts.
I did.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking to you. I mean, a suggestion. You can listen to the podcast if you like.
I do.
Oh, so do I. I listened to last week, the week before, the other day. It's pretty good.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it. Yeah.
I don't even feel weird about enjoying it. Like, it just doesn't even. When I listen to it, it just doesn't even feel like it's me. I just listen to a podcast.
Yeah. You know what? I think it helped. It helped with the whole insecurity thing around it. The first couple of times it didn't. That's what the issue was.
No, I felt cringish.
Yeah, right. That was the problem. That was a big problem for me because before we'd even gone into releasing it and I was in the production stage and I'm watching it over and over and over again before it gets released and listening to it over and over again. That's what was killing me.
Those first 3 episodes were shithouse though.
Oh, well, yeah. But that's the thing. We prepared for setbacks.
Where we're at.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great example. Yeah, we prepared for those setbacks. We prepared that it may not go as blissful as we thought. So, yeah. But then we were always going to get better. So, yeah, it's a good example. Stop comparing yourself to others. We've talked about this before too in other episodes.
We did. That was...
be yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You were talking about your... one of your lecturers with their words of advice.
Yeah.
See, I remember things.
Yeah. Yep.
I listen to your stories. I care about you.
Yeah, that's good.
Why?
Nothing. There's lots of things. No, I didn't have anything. I was trying to think, but I think I was thinking too hard. My brain almost burst. Anyway.
Cool. Time to replace the hamster.
Yeah. Yeah, changed over to that little monkey smashing the cymbals for a second there. Yeah, I see that. Ding, 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 ding. There's lots of ways to overcome insecurities. It's going to take time, just work on it. But I think, like you said earlier, the first step is to figure out what that actual insecurity is. Yeah, and be open and honest with it. So, if we're talking about relationships, be upfront about it. If you are in a relationship, even if it is a friendship or a partner relationship or even with your family, just be honest and open. Because it gives others the opportunity to maybe reassure you, give you a little bit of comfort towards it as well. That's a big one, I guess in relationships, especially if you do have some insecurities. Being reassured is a very important aspect for those insecurities. It's a very important aspect for lots of different types of, mental health issues, I could say, and problems. Being reassured.
That brings up a good point, actually. The reassurance thing. So for nearly probably everything we've spoken about so far in regards to insecurities has been about, being self-aware, identifying your own insecurities and how you can deal with that and all this sort of stuff. But another important part in regards to insecurities is being able to pick up on other people's insecurities. So a very important thing in regards to relationships, because it's usually someone that you're spending the majority of your free time with. Being able to identify their insecurities that they may not have noticed, and being able to help them cope with those insecurities and reassurance.
Yes.
So, like sometimes I'm having a bad day and I don't feel like I'm attractive, and someone might be like, "You're fucking gorgeous." Thank you.
That's it. The last thing you want to do is disregard those insecurities. Yeah. That'll just make it harder. Make those insecurities more prominent. So, yeah. Help each other out. Ask your friends if they're doing okay. Yeah. So, ask your family. That's a tricky one, hey? We're not going to get into that.
No, it's fine. I do reach out to my family every now and then and check in, and they do the same to me. Like we went through a very long time where I cut my grandmother and mother out of my life completely. Refused to speak to them for ages. I don't think I spoke to my mum for 2 years.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe longer. And we're good now, obviously. We're fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to check in with your family and
it is.
And see how they're going.
It is. I mean, sometimes the things happen, okay, and you can't get around it. But sometimes, usually, you've still got maybe a couple. Usually, there's some family member that you can turn to. A lot of the time, I think you can form better relationships with family members than others. I think that's I don't think that's a flaw. I think that's quite a good thing. Okay, I've got quite the really good relationship with my brother, and you'd probably know that. So
I didn't even know you had a brother.
You didn't know I had a brother?
No.
Yeah, wow.
You've never spoken about him before?
Never spoken about him before? Not on the podcast.
No, you never even introduced me.
Yeah, don't remember. Anyway, I have quite a good relationship with my brother, so it's different. I'd be able to. Yeah, it's just a weird dynamic. You can talk about different sort of things with different sort of family members. Is what I'm trying to get at with that. You know what
Unless
I mean?
you're my dad and I just dump everything
that's
that he
hilarious.
never wanted to fucking know.
I think that's the most funniest thing in the world. That's.
My dad.
Dare I ask? What's an example, Christian?
No. Well, I can vaguely explain that I just dump my sexual exploits on my dad all the time. I don't need to go into detail, but my dad will just be having the most chilled out fucking day, minding his own business, and he'll get a short story on some sexual exploit of mine. And he's just like, good job, son.
This meme.
Poor prick.
Yeah. Do you get the thumbs up like I do?
No, because he knows I hate it.
Oh, really?
Most people that I speak to, like, because eventually, like, someone will always give you a thumbs up in a Facebook conversation, and I'm just like, no, don't fucking do it. I can't stand a thumbs up. Just do not.
So my old man's notorious for it, and it's funny because once he figured out that you could hold the thumb. And it can go bigger, right? You get a small, medium, large, like Facebook Messenger. I was able to start figuring out like how interested or how excited he was by the comment. So if I sent him something that he wasn't very interested in or he didn't like, it would just be like just a small thumbs up. But I'd send him something that I knew he'd be really into. And yeah, you just knew you were getting like a big thumbs up at it. Taylor and I had a game for a little while. I'd send something and we'd be like, what's it going to be? Like, my bet's on, like, he's going to really like this. So I'm getting a big thumbs up back and we'd see what would come back. So, yeah. Anyway.
That guess my fart trend on Insta and TikTok. I fucking love those.
I haven't.
Have you seen that?
I have not seen that. What?
Oh, no.
What? Guess your fart?
I have to find some.
You're kidding.
So it's normally like couples, right? And they're like,
what?
One of like the person holding the camera will like walk up to their partner and be like Caleb, guess my fart, and they've got like a couple of seconds to like recreate what they think the fart's going to sound like, and then so it's like like, and then like they actually the person doing the fart. Sometimes they get it right, and they sound exactly like the person that they're guessing. Like it's fucking amazing.
What are we coming to? But like.
Oh, that's the best thing that society's brought out in ages.
Anyway, it's full of crap. It's funny though. I'm not even giving you the satisfaction.
You just did.
I did, yeah.
You still acknowledge it.
Shit. Welcome to the Pain in Our Head podcast, where we talk about shit and jokes and shit jokes and oh goodness me. Anyway, don't be insecure about your farts. Just let them out.
Unless you got IBS or lactose intolerant.
Yeah. Never trust a fart.
Never trust a fucking fart. I'm not insecure about that. I'm very secure in the knowledge of don't trust a fucking fart. I think I broke him.
You pretend like you've never been on the way home before and haven't, and you've lost the battle. We've all been there. We've all lost the battle. You win the war.
Do you?
I mean, you learn from your mistakes and you don't let it happen again.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, shit.
Fucks.
What do you think buckets were invented for? They're portable. No, you've never.
I'm not going.
Never been in that situation.
Yeah, have you ever pissed in a bottle?
I have. It's very difficult. I can't.
It's fucking
really
hard.
It's very difficult.
When I was going to get tattooed back in Queensland, I was driving to Brisbane. I was like,
yeah, it's like 5 hour drive.
Yeah, I was like, I think, I was like, I can make it. I can make it. I got to Brisbane and got stuck in a massive traffic jam. I was like, I'm not going to make it.
Yep.
And I had a water bottle there, and I was like, cool. So sitting there trying to like convince yourself to piss in a water bottle is one of the hardest things you'll fucking do. It just doesn't want to come out.
No. It's funny you say that. I have a really good story about the Bruce Highway coming down from Bundaberg. We got stuck up there in the floods a couple of years ago now. And anyway,
dude, it's like fucking 12 years ago.
No. These were smaller floods, but they were floods that did flood over the Bruce Highway and we couldn't get back to Brisbane and we were stuck in Bundy. Anywho.
What?
Yeah. This was a couple of years ago now. I think this was 2022. January.
I could have met you.
January of 2022. Anyway, so we're stuck there. Anyway, the point of the story is we're coming back like a couple of days later after everyone had finally been able to like get on the Bruce Highway to go home. And because there was that many people that were stuck, you could imagine the traffic. So coming from Bundy back home to Brisbane, I shit you not, took us 14 hours that day. That's how much traffic was on the Bruce Highway. And because they were still clearing off a lot of the debris, it was just an absolute mess. So you can imagine the amount of dudes, because we were in stop still like traffic, the amount of guys that were getting out of the car, like every couple of kilometres you'd see it would be another car getting out on the side of the highway, walking to the edge of the highway and having to piss off the edge. Yeah. On the Bruce Highway. It was unbelievable. But anyway.
I've had to do it when I used to ride my motorbike between Bundy and Brisbane. I got like nearly to Brisbane and I was like, I can't take one more bounce or I'm going to piss my pants. So, you got to pull up the motorbike on the side of the road. And where I pulled up, there was like this massive embankment that I had to fucking climb up to go for it. Because you can't just piss.
Well, you can't hide behind the bike. Yeah, when you open the door up. Yeah.
Yeah. Got nothing to fucking hide behind. No. So, and I didn't want to flop it out and have someone think there was a speed bump. Like,
well, I mean, not everyone carries binoculars in their car, so you probably would have been all right.
Well done.
Oh, shit.
All right, are we taking a break and doing the music?
Yeah, we may as well. We got a lot of stuff to chat about in the music, so
yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah, it is a big one. Here's a word from our sponsors. Stick around. The Pain in Our Head podcast is proudly sponsored by Music Magic Co. and Brisbane rock band The Flying Circus. Visit the links in the podcast description for more information. Back to the show. Welcome back to this week's episode of the Pain in Our Head podcast. We're in the middle of part 2 of No Security for Insecurities. Been good. We had a good chat about lots of different insecurities, lots of different types, what they look like, what some of them look like, and what are some things that we can do to avoid them taking control of our mental health.
I feel like it's probably a topic that we'll come back and touch on again.
Yeah.
Like going into more depth.
Absolutely. Stuff. I mean, we really only glossed over it and we've stretched it out over 2 episodes. So that just goes to show how much really there is that we could talk about.
It's one of those things that like everyone experiences at some point in their life. There's nobody out there that is 100% confident in everything they've ever done in their life. Everyone's experienced some form of insecurity.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Actually, I'm surprised that we didn't talk about our the one insecurity that we share.
Are you going to say height?
Yeah, I was. Although I'm not really insecure about it anymore. I used to be.
I'm more disappointed in people being judgy for height than I am about being insecure. Like, being on Tinder, I used to be on Tinder and stuff, and there was a heap of people on there that were like, "Oh, if you're under 6 foot, don't swipe on me."
Yeah. And how much of a kick in the dick was that?
Yeah, it's like, well, I can't help that I'm fucking under 6 foot. I was just born that way. It's like, you could help being a fat bitch, like, you know what I mean? Like, no, that's mean, but it's like, it's being a judgy fuck, like.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's like I've hooked up with chicks that were taller than me. There's fucking nothing wrong with it.
Anyway, we digress.
As usual. It's fucking new.
Music, we've got so much to talk about. There's been so much happening in the music world over the last 2 weeks. So you're very excited to talk about a few different things. Sure. You want to kick it off this week?
Yeah, all right.
Talk us through some exciting things in the world of music.
Well, Electric Callboy released their collaboration single with Baby Metal.
They did.
Which is Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-ta. As fucking usual, Electric Callboy have knocked it out of the fucking park
It goes off.
I don't know if we've actually spoken about Electric Callboy in the podcast before.
No, I don't think we have.
None of their songs really are to do with. Actually, there's probably one song there that I will bring up at some point. Great song. There's like a whole verse that very much screamed my situation when I moved to South Australia.
Yeah.
But I digress. So yeah, Ratatatata with Baby Metal. Super catchy. Super J-pop in some parts. And then also super heavy.
The production's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really well produced. Really well
interesting to see if they use the same producer and sound engineer consistently. Because since they whatever Hyper was on. They've released they've done 2 albums and a boatload of singles. But the production on both of those the last 2 albums was fucking tight.
Yeah. Yeah, well, just this new single, it's awesome. The low end, it hits real hard. Bass drum, the bass, just awesome. And
same as the cover of Every Time We Touch.
Yeah.
The production on that was fucking mint.
Yep. Really, really well. Really well done. The mix is done really well in this particular new song. The vocals sit beautifully on top. The screams are... it's not the right word to use. The screams are clean. So what I mean by that is they're not clean vocals, obviously, but they're
in the mix.
In the mix, they sit really, really well. Yep. Put in a perfect spot, and then Baby Metal comes in to it, and it just lifts the song to another level. I
like Baby Metal too. I'm not one of those gatekeepers who are like, fucking Baby Metal's not metal.
No. I think Baby Metal are awesome. Really, really like their stuff. I really like their stuff they're featuring. So the Bring Me the Horizon song they do. Kingslayer. I can't get enough of that song.
Especially when they release that live version of it in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Damn. That was amazing.
It's awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, that came out the 23rd.
Yes, yep. But not even a week ago, 5 days ago.
Yeah, no, and it copped an absolute hiding. When it came out, I smashed the shit out of it. I was like, yep, cool.
No, very cool.
Yes, I do.
Very good.
And speaking of Bring Me the Horizon, their new album dropped.
Yes, it did.
Which also slaps.
Yeah.
Really fucking hard.
What I've heard, I've really liked.
I've had a couple of playthroughs of it now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Do you have a song in particular that you think is maybe your favourite or stands out?
Yes, I need to get the actual names of the songs. I'm a fucking horrible person for names. I like Kool-Aid, which is obviously a single that came out, and then it's on the album. And the other one that I really enjoyed was Top 10 Statues That Cried Blood.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. That was unheard to me.
Yep.
I hadn't heard that until it came out in the album, and that was really fucking cool. I enjoyed that. So that's been a very enjoyable listening experience.
Yeah.
I love when a band brings a new album and you're like, fuck yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if it's been a while. I'm not saying it had been this.
I was going to say, it doesn't feel like it's been that long since they released a new album.
No. Well, when a band or an artist is really, pumping out the good stuff, it usually just keeps coming.
It flows.
Yeah. So I haven't listened to a lot of it, but I listened to RIP or RIP into Amen. That's really cool. I really like the concept of how their songs are connecting. Really cool thing. Not really something that I've seen done often. Very common in one of my favourite bands that I've talked about before, Pink Floyd. all their albums. Yeah. Every single song will link into the next one. But the really cool thing about R.I.P. going into Amen is it's very like there's just a lot of talk, and it's very not really like it doesn't really sound like a song at the end. And then into Amen, it hits you like a truck when he comes in with that massive scream. Yeah, perfect.
We
really
did
it.
that with our entire album.
Yeah, okay.
Every single song flows into the next song.
Yeah, you mentioned that. That's so really cool.
Doing like a set was easy as shit. We just basically played the album. It was just like fucking let's go, and you just flow like it's just into the next song, into the next song, into the next. Like you didn't have to announce the song because it was just like you'd finish a song and it'd always end on like a held note for the guitars with like a bunch of delay and like feedback, and that would like blend into the intro to the next song. And it's just like, and that's it was cool. I like that shit too. Like Gojira did it in Esoteric Surgery, flows into Vacuity. And fuck me, the outro to Esoteric, the whole song Esoteric Surgery is amazing. And then when it flows into Vacuity, which is a song that just fucking punches you in the dick when it hits, it's just like, oh damn, it's amazing. And I'm the same, like I love when bands do that shit.
Well, the cool thing about it is really you can't just listen to one. Like if you're listening to a song, you bleed into the next one. It just bleeds into the next one, and you just don't want to stop listening. It's a really cool creative way to keep someone interested in the entirety of all the tracks. So yeah, really cool. Yeah, I'm here for
it. Your favorite band?
Yeah, well, one of my favorite bands, yes, Cold Rain. They re-recorded and released an album with some re-recorded songs of their past. Really cool. I've had to listen to some of them, some of them that I've like heard before, and then listening to the re-recorded. I think re-recorded is maybe the wrong. Like, yes, they'll probably re-recorded, but I think where you really hear the difference is in the mixing. It is definitely in the mixing and the kind of the post-production. That's where I've really heard some significant changes. So there's just definitely been some different audio manipulation with a lot of the production, a lot of their instruments, make it sounds it's a lot more fatter. It's a lot more filled out than what the original. Yeah, exactly like you. And then the original, which was still really good, but you don't realize how skinny sounding some of those tracks were back then. So yeah, re-recorded. So some of them now are sounding even better than what they already were. And they've obviously added their most recent single, Vengeance, and put that onto the album,
which is a fucking wicked track.
Vengeance is awesome. Yeah, great track. Really good track by Cold Rain. Yeah, I think we add a couple of these to the playlist. I think we had the Baby Metal song with Electric Callboy.
That one, definitely.
Adding that one. Try and find one from the Bring Me the Horizon new album. We should add that because I don't even think we've got. I think we might have one Bring Me the Horizon song.
We got one with Sigrid. With Bring Me the Horizon. Yeah. That Sigrid song.
Yeah. Okay. And then
I will be using a Bring Me the Horizon song in some of our episodes. Though.
Yeah.
There's quite a few Bring Me the Horizon songs that very much fucking reach out to me.
Yeah. Yes.
Especially of Sempiternal. That was an emotional album.
Yeah, they got some great music. Yeah. I remember when I first heard Throne, Taylor showed me that song. Yeah, I was obsessed with it.
Yeah, me too. I heard it on Triple J and I was just like, woo! Yeah. I was a fan of Bring Me the Horizon before. Like, I was a fan of Bring Me the Horizon like back in their MySpace days.
Yeah, okay, wow.
Like the Chelsea Grin and shit like that.
Yep.
Like, those were the days. Like the Suicide Season album, and they did like the Suicide Season cut up. So they like had like all the different producers like go through and turn their shit into like fucking
okay.
like Skrillex sounding stuff.
Yeah, okay. Some remixing. Cool. Yep.
Yeah. Like the whole Suicide Season album got like remixed.
Yeah, okay.
And it's really cool. Is Chelsea Smile or Chelsea Green? I don't know, whichever song it is.
Mm-hmm.
They did a remix of that. It was really fucking heavy. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, okay.
Quickly blast over our songs for this week.
Yeah. Let's chat about our songs for the week. Songs that we've chosen that, well, mine half relates to what we've been talking about, but not really.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, can do.
This is an artist that I've wanted to bring up for a while that I haven't talked about. I think I've mentioned them before, because I mentioned them about a concert that I'd seen, and that's Alice Cooper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mentioned how I was at one of the shows, and I got the guitar pick from the guitarist at the time. Because we talked about getting stuff when you're at shows.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I do remember that discussion.
Yeah. Will be trying my hardest to get the drumsticks of the Bad Flower drummer when they come to Brisbane. I was very close to getting the drumsticks when I saw Caskets last year. Yes, very, very close. Anyway.
You got me to teach you to fight before then?
That would be really good. Yeah, I would really, really like that. Anyway, I actually asked. He gives the guy like two from me. I was like, "What do you want for him?" he's like, he didn't think I was being serious. I was like, "No, I'm being serious." I was like, "What do you want for him?" Anyway, Poison by Alice Cooper.
I love that song.
Yeah, it's a great song. Yeah.
How many people have covered that song?
I haven't heard a lot of covers of it.
Powerwolf did a cover of it.
Okay.
It's pretty fucking good.
I'll have to listen. Yeah, great song. I love it. My favourite part about that song, the whole song, is how they've manipulated the snare drum in that sound in that song. Awesome. The reverb on it is just perfect. The amount of attack versus delay that it has really hits you in the face. So that's my favourite part about the song. It's just that driving snare drum. Great song. Yeah. Poison. I'd say 99% of people have heard that. Like if you don't know who Alice Cooper is, you've heard Poison. Definitely.
If you don't know who Alice Cooper is, though, like that's a little weird.
Yeah, like
considering like how
school's
big,
out.
Yeah,
like,
and then he's massive. Also a radio presenter.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Yes. Yeah. He's really cool. I'm a big fan, to be honest. My favourite song would have to be No More Mr. Nice Guy or Hey Stupid. Yeah. Hey Stupid. I really like that song. Great, catchy chorus. So anyway, Alice Cooper. Poison, go have a listen. I'll chuck Poison up on the podcast playlist. Great song.
When we finish recording, you're going to listen to the Powerwolf cover of it.
I am going to listen to the Powerwolf cover of it. Yeah. Might chuck that up on the playlist too, if I like it.
All right.
All right, what about? Yeah, have a chat about your song.
My song's very different to what I'd normally put up, I guess. So mine is The Search by NF.
NF.
It's a rap song. And yeah, it's really a song about mental health. But also mentions insecurities in it. And there's like a particular part that I was listening to and I was like, oof, that's really fucking good. And so like the whole like insecurity part is we've all got something that we trapped inside that we try to suffocate, hoping it dies, trying to hold it underwater, but it always survives. Then it comes up out of nowhere like an evil surprise. And it's like, that kind of like insecurities that you're trying to push down and ignore, and it's always going to come back and bite you on the ass unless you deal with it. But then it goes on to say, the point I'm making is the mind is a powerful place, and what you feed it can affect you in a powerful way. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, but it's not always safe. Just just hang with me, and this will only take a moment, okay? Just think about it for a second. If you look at your face every day when you get up and think you'll never be great, you'll never be great, not because you're not, but the hate will always find a way to cut you up and murder your faith. It's like that also, like, you know, if you, it's like your positive affirmations that we've spoken about before.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, what you put into yourself is what you're going to get out. So if you give into those insecurities and let them kind of rule like your thoughts and emotions, then that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll almost manifest those things that you're insecure about.
Yes. Yeah. That's a perfect song that kind of talks about what we've been talking about this episode, or these past 2 episodes. Yeah, that's a good song. Really good song.
Yeah, it's a really good song, yeah.
And I think a lot of his things, or a lot of his work, is around a lot of mental health stuff.
I haven't listened to any of his other stuff.
Really? Have you not heard Let You Down?
No.
Really?
Is it good?
Go have a listen to Let You Down.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's his most popular song. It was the one that was probably like put everywhere on the radio and things like that. Yeah, It was quite big. Yeah, that one's a good one too. Yep.
Yeah, right.
That one probably falls in the insecurity bracket as well. I mean, it's Let You Down. It's about letting down. Actually, I think it's about letting down his family.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a really good song.
Well, there you go.
But so was The Search. Also a really good song.
I fucking love The Search. It gets a regular listen, like every week at least.
Yeah.
A few times every week. It's in the rotation.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start listening to the podcast playlist.
Yeah, now we've got good taste in music. So.
But they're starting to get like a decent chunk there. Like, there's a good couple of hours worth of music there, I think now, which is really, really cool. So, yeah.
Sick. Well, this was a fucking long episode.
This was a long episode, but it is a part 2. So, really, when you put them together, it's a very, 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 very long episode.
What are we talking about next week, Caleb?
What are we talking about next week, Christian?
Financial stresses.
Yes, excellent. I'm glad you remembered, because I certainly did, and I was just making sure you did as well.
Oh, I thought you were being a dickhead.
No.
I didn't realise you'd actually forgotten.
I had actually forgotten, even though we spoke about it, like 3 or 4 hours ago. Yeah, financial... what are we saying? Burdens, yeah, financial burdens, and how that affects your mental health and those sort of things. Yeah, so we can chat about that.
We've already both got, well, I don't know if you've got songs, but I do. I got multiple songs for that.
Yeah, great. I'm going to have to come up with one. But yeah, we're going to talk about what it can do to your mental health, and what are some things that you can do to help.
Financial depression.
Things. That's it. Financial depression. Which I think it's a very, I think at some point, everyone, I think, has experienced some form of financial depression.
I wouldn't say everyone.
Not everyone.
Most people.
Like a vast majority.
Like, I'm not saying I'm excluded, like, by all means. Fuck no. I grew up poor as shit. I'm still poor as shit.
All right, that'll be good. Just something to look forward to. So thanks for sticking around and listening to this episode. Thanks for listening to last episode. Go check out our YouTube. We're on Instagram as well. Go follow the Instagram. We haven't posted in a very long time. We might get on that this week.
I posted on Facebook this week.
You posted on Facebook this week? Even better. I forgot we had Facebook. We've got Facebook, by the way. And as always, drop a comment in the YouTube, because we really love reading them. Especially Christian, your grandparents. I love reading those comments. So looking forward to it.
You know she will now. Once she hears this, she's going to comment.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Perfect. Well, thanks again. Looking forward to next week.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I look forward to every week. Even though I pissed and moaned about doing Insecurities, I still look forward to it.
Yeah. Well, it's always good chatting with you. I will see you all next week. Chat with you next week. It's okay. Do not be okay.
See you later.